Okay, this is how I do silver water. These are 99.99% silver rods here, pure. Wipe them off with a clean paper towel after you use a little very clean type scouring pad. That's what I use here. And basically after you cook them, every time they get a little dark and charred, and it's good to clean these off like this. I still have to fix the water here. Just a second. This is just a little wire connector is all this is. These need to be about an inch away from one another. Make sure they're good and clean. It just helps get the deposits off of these and allows the electricity to flow better, or the current I should say. Then I add distilled water. Has to be distilled water. You can't take it out of your sink. It needs to be distilled. I know this water is in plastic, but that's okay. And then what this is just a little bit of mineral salt right here. You basically need to use just a tiny bit of it. I don't know if this camera can pick it up, but just about that much if you can see it. Probably can't quite see it, but it's about as much as just a pinhead. That just helps the current, electrical current, flow through the water. And another thing here is, if I can zoom into this, I don't know. The part number for this is G as in girl, B as in boy, / T as in Tom 7676-98. Looks like it's made by Hua 850F, it looks like. That's the name of this battery tester. And essentially what you have to be sure of is that by this little button I'm pressing right here, that's just a tester to see where the batteries are at, and you can see that they're above 23 volts, so you want to make sure that the batteries are right around here, just above 23 volts. And inside you can see the 3 batteries. Those are 3 9-volt batteries right there. And then I just have a little connector here, and that way I can connect the line. Back this up a little bit and refocus, and then pan back. That little timer that you see there is just a little timer, so I know how long the water here is going to cook. There's the other end of the connector, and I like to stick the rods in the glass of water here first. Keep them about an inch away from one another. I'm going to be redoing these wires here, so I'm going to redo it a little bit. A very dear friend of ours made this for us. And then I just plug these together, and then I press the timer. And then that's going to cook for 15 minutes exactly. And then I'll pause it for a moment. Okay, the other part of doing this is when you get your glass, you don't ever want to wash it with soap or water or anything. You just want to let it be the way it is, and only use it for silver. You don't really want to rinse it with tap water or anything. You always want to keep the glass as pure as you can too. You don't want to use leaded glass or plastics or anything like that. It just needs to be just decent basic glass. You'll be fine with that. And it's still running, so it's got to cook for 15 minutes. And essentially it's just 3 9-volt batteries that produce the right amount of amperage in volts to make the silver. I don't know what it's called. I call it cooking, but you can kind of should be able to see the silver in there cooking. That's what that fogginess is there. See how the silver, you see some of the silver bubbles coming. This is what we had used before, right here. This colloidal silver right there. We still have a few bottles of this left over that we haven't used. This here is brown because you don't want to keep any of your silver water in direct sunlight or anything. I don't remember what the shelf life of this stuff is, but this is what we used to use right here. Now we just make our own. It ends up being a lot cheaper than having to just buy a bottle every now and then. That's mostly it with that. Okay, and this here, if I can get it focused in. Oh, I don't know if I can get it focused in close enough or not. But I'll just say it. It's Apricots from God, www.apricotsfromgod.info. The telephone number is 1-800-379-5668 or 1-718-468-4233. And that's where we purchase these. They're very bitter. We try to eat about 2 to 5 a day, thereabouts. Sometimes we, miss a week or so, That's what they look like. Apricots from God. Helps your body maintain an alkaline environment. I can go in the slow speed juicer. This is the manufacturer, Omega, model number NC900C. Looks like it's made in Korea. It's a pretty good one. It has reverse and forward. So with this machine, put this together here. We get this, and this is the worm drive right here that will juice it. And that goes inside of here, like this. And this piece goes inside, like so. And then we have a dial. So I put this on the end of here. Kind of turn it and lock it on, and then we have this other piece here that goes on like so. And we have a couple of these. It comes with these little pieces here. One's for the juice that's going to go inside of here, and then out the end of this side here is where you'll get a pulp.